everybody. Today we shall see the topic called as microprocessor. You shall see the importance of this microprocessor in our day-to-day life. You imagine all the gadgets in your life, all your electronic gadgets. What will happen if you don't have those electronic gadgets in your day-to-day life? Just think about it. Then you can see the importance of this microprocessor. The hottest scenario of today's our country in today's situation is the ATMs. Can you imagine if the ATMs are not there in our country? No, we cannot. Even if the existence is not working, we cannot tolerate it. What will happen if we don't have the ATM machines at all? If you have gone through all these things and find the importance, then you could definitely see what is the importance of this microprocessor. It has two words, micro and processor. Can you define what you mean by a processor? Yes, processor means is a device that processes certain instructions and produces an output to apply for some applications. Micro means small. So now we combine these both and you can find the definition, actual definition of microprocessor. Just look at it. Microprocessor is an electronic device, multi-purpose, programmable, clock-driven, which operates on binary instructions and produces an output. So now imagine all the gadgets in our home working with this condition. Can you imagine which was the first microprocessor which was developed? So it is your 4004, developed by the company Intel. It is a 4-bit processor. What do you mean by 4-bit? Bit we already know, it's a binary digit, ones and zeros, it operates on ones and zeros. So what is 4-bit? I call this 4-bit by the word called as word length. So before going to this, you should know what do you mean by word length. Word length is the number of bits a processor can understand. The maximum number of bits a processor can process it. So here your Intel 4004 processes only 4-bit. Can understand only 4-bit processing data. So now you imagine this was the base for all the gadgets which was introduced today and which we are using it today. Can you imagine where this was first introduced? You use it in your classrooms today also. You use it in all your calculating machines. Yes, you have guessed right. This was the first introduced in your calculator. 4-bit microprocessor it found its first application in your calculator. But this was not the first thing that stopped the evolution of microprocessor. It was just advanced and advanced, and from that there emerged 8080, then 8085, from there 8086. It goes on till today, Pentium, dual core, Celeron processors. So all this has been evolved from a small 4-bit processor called as 4004. So since we have understood what is the definition of microprocessor, what its importance in the day-to-day life, let us now go to the actual basic operation of microprocessor. So the three basic operation of microprocessor is fetch, decode and execute. So any processor carries out only these three processes. So how to understand this one? For example, let me assume that you have been given with a television set with all in the dismantled condition. So what will be, and you are given with an instruction set also. So what will be your first step? You will take the first component, read the instruction, assemble it. Next you take the second component, read the instruction, take the second component, interpret it and execute it. The same thing. First fetch the instruction, it will take the instruction, it will change into binary operations, decode it, and then it will go for your actual execution. So this is, any processor works on these three principles only. So these are called as the basic operations. The next we shall see about the addressing modes. The very important thing of any processor is its instruction set. So before going to the instruction set, we should know how the data is being given to that instruction set. Data can be given in any form. So the the major three types of addressing modes are immediate addressing mode, the next implied addressing mode, the next register addressing mode, direct addressing mode, and register indirect addressing mode. So what do you mean by the immediate addressing mode? We know the instruction move AL, BL. Immediate addressing mode, you have move AL, 05. So here you have the data given immediately to your register AL. So data is available immediately in the instruction itself. Implied means data is available in the instruction, inbuilt in the instruction. Register means data is given in a register. Data is stored in the register. Direct addressing mode means you give the data in an address. So this is your address. In this address you will have the data. That data is moved to your register AX. Register indirect means you have the same thing. You have a register. In that register you have an address, and the data which is present in that address is moved to your AX. Let me correlate this with an example. For example, there are two friends visiting an hotel and a friend orders a coffee there. So it directly moves there and orders a coffee. So that is called as immediate addressing mode. The second, instead of ordering a coffee, he goes and asks for a menu card, sees the menu card, and then he orders the coffee. So that comes under the category called as register. He is taking a menu card, he is seeing it and ordering a coffee there. So there comes the register addressing mode. The next, here you have, instead of ordering the coffee directly, the friend asks the menu card, he sees it and says, I want an item number 5 in the menu card. So he is specifying the address where that item number is. So that gives you the addressing called as direct addressing mode. The next category is, instead of you going and asking the coffee directly, you say that I want what my friend has ordered. So you are indirectly asking for coffee with respect to your friend. So that comes under this register indirect addressing mode. Next you have, after going to a hotel you cannot order for any grocery items. You can go only for ordering for food items. So that obviously means that it's meant for only food items. So that gives you your implied addressing mode where data is available inside the instruction itself. So I hope you would have understood what you mean by addressing mode and the general applications of microprocessor and what are the basic operations of it. Thank you very much.